What it do, what it do, what it do, good people. Coming to you live from Tez TV. I told you we be bringing back the Godfather, y'all. I told you, Baltimore. Come on, man. Stand up. Hey, Coach King, can you speak your name?
Coach Hurb Estep.
Yeah. I'm glad you said your last name because I was going to butcher it. So I'm glad you said you said Estep, right?
Estep. Yeah.
Estep. All right, all right, all right. Coach, I'd like to thank you for joining the platform, joining the platform again. And this time we here to tell your story. So I would like to start off from the very beginning. And where you from?
I'm from East Baltimore.
Oh, okay. And what schools you went to?
I went to 149 Elementary,
Mhm.
Clifton Park Junior High, and Dunbar High.
Okay, okay. So let's start. What sports did you play?
I played football, baseball, swim, track,
Oh, you did
wrestle.
it all. Oh,
Yes.
so what was
I
your
was,
favorite sports? Your favorite two sports?
football was my favorite. Baseball was second.
Okay. Now, at this time, did your school, like your middle school team, did y'all have a squad or what rec schools? What rec organizations you
I
played with?
I didn't play rec ball. I didn't play football till I got to high school.
Whoa. So let me ask you this: when you got to high school down Dunbar, right? Did you feel how you felt like? Because you had some players coming from recreation programs, right?
It when I went to high school, the
Mhm.
recreation programs was in the county.
Oh,
Wasn't no,
okay.
wasn't no football in the city.
At all?
Not no youth football. Wasn't no youth football in the city. You had to get to the counties in order to play football.
Mhm. All right. So now you down Dunbar,
I
ninth
was there.
grade year. Let's talk about
Ninth grade year, I went out for JV
it. Mhm.
and I got cut.
Okay.
The coach saw my name because my brother was a star at Dunbar
Mm-hmm.
in the early '70s. So my name got the coach to keep me,
Okay.
and I played receiver on JV.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the part about my starting football career that I really want to tell.
Mm-hmm.
I faked hurt in my first game because I was afraid.
Whoa. Talk about it. Why
We
was you
played.
afraid? Did you have to feel like did you
That was my first time. That was my first time in an organized football game.
now I know your brother you and your brother had conversations. I know y'all had conversations about you playing. You ain't sitting up to him like I feel a little.
No, this the first time I'm telling this.
Oh, okay. Exclusive, y'all.
I faked the ankle injury because I was afraid. We was playing Gilman, my first JV football game.
You had to get that out of your chest.
I
You had to,
had to get.
you had to get that out of your chest. All right, now listen. Now you move on sophomore year. Did you play JV again,
No,
or
I
did
did
you
not.
go?
I played varsity, and I started wide receiver on varsity. I was the smallest receiver to start down Dunbar on varsity.
Now, how you go from not even about to make the team?
I always had the heart to play,
Hmm.
but I never knew how it felt to actually play organized football.
Okay. So that first year was good. That first year was good for you. You got your feet wet
Yes,
to see
yes,
what it was all about. Now you starting that wide receiver. Did you have any
yes,
hands? Tell the truth. Did you have any
yes,
hands?
yes, yes. I was good. I was good.
So it sounded like you was fast. You played all those sports.
Oh, I ran like a 4-4 back then.
Oh yeah, you was fast. What was you played wide receiver? Did they have you kick off, punt, return?
I punted and I played safety.
All right. Now you started down Dunbar for the rest of the time down there,
Yes,
right? Now
yes.
give me, if you can you give me three games that stand out in your memory?
Uh, Mervo, 76. That's when I scored my first touchdown. See, I was more of a possession receiver than, because we had Larry Rollins and Calvin Maddox.
Okay. Now I read about Calvin Maddox.
Yeah.
I read about Calvin Maddox.
Mervo again in Curley High School.
Okay. Now Mervo was tough at this time. At this time, right?
Yes. No, they were okay.
They was okay.
They was okay.
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 Now, after Dunbar, did you consider playing college ball?
No. I was so tired of school after I got out of Dunbar. I ain't want to go to school no more.
No, I feel that. I definitely feel that. I understand that. Now.
The other thing with me in Dunbar, I dropped out of school in the 11th grade.
Talk about it.
I was a poor kid.
Okay.
I was a poor kid. I had to wear the same shirt or the same pants twice a week in high school, and it was tough. So I dropped out in the 11th grade, and then I went back a year later, and I was 20 years old when I walked across the stage.
Now, people, and the kids that's watching it, it was something in you that, regardless of what you didn't have, it was something in your head that you say, I gotta finish school.
I gotta finish school.
That's
I wanted to be the first one of my mother's kids to have a high school diploma.
Never quit. That's now. See, we will keep it going. Now, can you talk a little bit how you got into coaching and what drove you into that direction, or was it any person or people that influenced you?
No, when I was playing in high school, I knew everybody's job, and I could coach every position. When I was playing in high school, I knew what everybody was supposed to do and where they were supposed to be. My senior year, since I had dropped out of school, I was ineligible. So I was what you would call now is a graduate coach.
Okay.
So I stayed, and when I was in school, I coached with Bob Wade my senior year. Then after I graduated, I stayed and coached again with Bob Wade. So I stayed coaching, and I coached down Dunbar until Pete Pompey left.
Now you didn't coach with some. Now people, if y'all don't know, y'all heard me and Dante, and especially Dante, scream these names to the mountaintop. It's like the Rushmore of football coaching here in Baltimore. And yeah, I didn't never know you was up underneath of them like that.
Yeah, I was up underneath for them for a long time. I was at Dunbar when Bob Wade first came.
Now, see, I never knew that. Now, not to get off the subject. Now, when I was at Dunbar, and it was transitioning into Coach Eaton being the head coach. That's the only thing you heard. You heard from I'm talking about from the players that was there. And I ain't trying to disrespect anybody, but Coach Hurb, we want Coach Hurb down here. That's the only thing you heard. I think we gonna get Coach Hurb. Then it was here say, no, Coach Hurb don't want the job. He don't want the job. But so I didn't even.
That ain't true. That's not true.
So you heard the same thing, right?
I didn't hear the kids wanted me. I knew the kids that had played for me would have loved to have me down Dunbar. But I coached down Dunbar 1 year after Pompey left. I coached the guy that coached with me in Lower League, Coach Crawford. He became the JV coach down there. And I coached with him 1 year down Dunbar, and they got my background check. and they seen on my background track that I had been arrested for possession of marijuana back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a red flag against me.
Mm-hmm.
And also they said that I wasn't a nurturer. So
Oh man.
so that's when
Now
I
let me
stayed
let me
low.
let me let me say this, y'all. One thing I listen. I love my alma mater. I do. I do. You know what I'm saying? But this is the most political job in the city, and it's been like this for so long. However, the people and the players was screaming this man's name right here. He may don't know it, but I know it because I was in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? I was around. So some of them conversations, I know he probably at the time probably he wouldn't even entertain anyway. However, yeah, that was some BS. That was some BS.
Yeah,
But
they said I wasn't a nurturer because I was a up in your face kind of coach, and that wasn't nurturing. I didn't rub you and I didn't pamper you. I was into to creating men, because the world, the society right there will swallow you up if you ain't mentally tough.
And that's a fact. And that's a fact. Now let's get to Northwood. Y'all see people. You see the picture behind me. This just a few of his teams. Let's talk about when you started. How you start up Northwood.
I started coaching at Oliver.
Okay.
I started coaching at Oliver. I coached down Oliver for 2 or 3 years, and then Ben Du Bois was the program director at Northwood, and he came and got me, and that's how I got up Northwood. So I was assistant coach in 1988. I had to wait 1 year before I got the job. 89, I got the job.
Now, can you tell the people who you coached down Oliver when you was down there?
Cedric Yarborough,
Mm-hmm.
Calvin Scruggs,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Cheeks,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Geis,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Saunders,
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Freeman,
Mm-hmm.
my son Kevin Estep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of them.
See,
it's a
look,
lot of them.
and look, you did better than what I thought you was gonna do. Now, people, when I say rich history of basketball and football here, and this is a small town, but but coach said coach so many before they was who they were. He coached these guys. So now you up Northwood. You up Northwood now. You up Northwood now. If you can remember your first year, how did that go?
My first year at Northwood, I was the assistant coach. So by me being the assistant, they made me the defense coach. So I just took the back seat and I rolled it out.
Okay.
But my defense was so physical. It was so physical. So we was in the county with Falstons and Edgemeres, and we just beat them up. It wasn't about points for me because I had that chip on my shoulder as a kid that they came in town and got the best players and took them to the county because they wanted to wear the uniforms, and it was bike helmets back then. So I went out there with the defense and I punished them. So they put us out that league. We couldn't play in that league no more.
Now, you started talking about the bike helmets. I need you to tell the people one of your recruiting tools to keep city kids from going out in the county. What's the things that you did? What things did you do?
In the city league, all our helmets back then were called quacks. The face mask was quacks.
Mm-hmm.
So I was connected to the high school, so I would go get their face mask that they was getting rid of, and I was putting like the face mask. Who was it? Chuck Muncie had that one with the bar down the middle.
Yeah.
So I started collecting face masks and I started putting them on the helmets. But this is the kicker to that. In order for you to replace the mask on a helmet, you had to have a drill. Because you had to put the mask on with the hooks. I didn't have a drill. So I took a nail and heated it up on my stove, and grabbed that nail with a pair of pliers and pushed it through the plastic on the helmets so I could mount the mask onto the helmets. So that's how I started keeping the kids from going to the county, because it was about the helmet.
Yes,
so I would put the mask on and get electrical tape and put stripes on it.
Man, do y'all hear this, people? Do y'all hear this, people? But it worked. It was genius.
It worked.
It was genius. It worked. It worked. Yeah. Now, all right. Now, tell us when did you take over the helm? And before you even got the head coaching job, was it people saying like, Coach, you should be the head coach? Well, you know how sometimes in organizations you can see a coach is better than the head coach, right? Some of the decisions that they make, and I'm not even gonna say better, but maybe more comfortable in that position, in that role, right?
Yeah, but no, up there it was the clique. The people who was there was already in the clique. They didn't know me. Only the guy Ben knew me.
Okay. Because
I took a different brand of football to Northwood.
Mm-hmm.
I took a different brand. This ain't a nice guy league.
Yeah.
We ain't nice. I'm a gangster from the hood.
Yeah.
So I gotta bring my hoodish with me.
Yeah. Now, and you did it with a flair. When I say people, when he knew his stuff was gonna work, I had to ask him this, and I keep on. And I told all my sons this, right? When I seen, but I always talk about this. When people say, "Oh, we gonna watch 11-13," it wasn't like, "Oh, we just gonna watch 11-13 Northwood." Oh, Hurb team playing. This a Hurb team playing. Northwood played at this high school called Mervo. That was their home field. If they playing in the evening time on Saturday, is lit up. I'm talking about is lit up there. The cars is packed. On a Friday, the game wasn't as deep for the high school game as it was for the 11-13 game. And then, see, I'm young at this time, so I'm observing. When you come to the field, everybody know Hurb is all eyes on you. And you how you carrying it with the charisma and stuff. Hey, boom, you hugging babies, you talking to the old folks, you making sure your team is focused down there go ahead down there at the end zone. Like this all stuff that I was seeing as a youngster. You know what I'm saying? And I know other people was as well, because we talk about it now. You know what I'm saying? I was an outsider looking in, but that's what I saw. You know, so and I'm gonna get to the part about the plays and how you when you call plays and a confidence in that. But let's get back to your first year as a head coach.
The first year, I did everything by myself. I was there by myself, and then people was coming to me wanting to know if I need help, and I didn't turn down. If you wanted to come on, then you come on. Mm-hmm. And then I built my staff that way.
Okay.
I wasn't really surrounded by football minds.
Okay.
I really didn't take football minds.
Okay.
I took people that wanted to be a part. Mm-hmm. Because my kids weren't confused. My kids knew who the boss was. They mm-hmm. weren't confused at all.
Right.
So everything we did We did it my way. Offense, defense, special teams, whatever we did it my way.
Mm-hmm. Now, did y'all win your first year?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you remember the year? Because I don't want to go too far when y'all went to 1995 when y'all went to Orlando.
No, that's late. The year was 1989.
All right, there we go. That's why I said I didn't want to get too far.
We played Lock Raven. In Lock Raven, they beat us. They had the kid Larry Johnson, but they telling you his name is DeJuan. To me, his name is Larry. And I told him, you playing for me next year. And next year he was there. Yeah.
What offense you ran at that time?
The same one I run now with the semi-pro. I don't. My era wasn't a spread era. I can't teach you the spread because I don't know the spread.
Okay.
I only can teach you what I know. See, and what I know, I own. It's mine. It ain't Tez. I didn't get this from Tez. I own the things that I do. I can teach you what I do. I can't teach you spread because I wasn't in spread. I can't teach you hand placement blocking because I wasn't in hand placement blocking. I can teach you chicken wing blocking.
Okay. Now so some would say, all right, now this is a passing league. Everybody airing it out right now. I mean, Suffolk, Tennessee, and they still successful, right? But you know it's supposed to be just a passing. You're 7-on-7 now. How you feel about that?
I hate 7-on-7.
Mm-hmm.
7-on-7 to me creates nothing but bad habits.
Explain.
How you gonna be a good quarterback if you're not getting no pressure? This ain't nothing but standing around flinging the ball around. In the real game, you got to move your feet and hurry up. You can't hold the ball for an hour.
True.
You got to get rid of that ball. So to me, 7-on-7 is a false pretense. It's false. It ain't real.
True.
It ain't real.
The rules have changed, but you know what? We gonna get to that. Let's move back. Let's get back to now. You have your staff. Now, evidently, people starting to talk. Parents starting to talk to bring their kids down. Did you start feeling any type of pressure to like state? I mean, we don't think about losing. Winners don't think about losing at all.
No, we don't do no losing.
Yeah, we don't think about that. However, was there any type of pressure to stay at that level that you was at for so long?
No, wasn't no pressure. That's who I was.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't changed nothing from what I learned in high school. That's what I bring to the table is what I learned in high school. Like football to me is a tough man sport.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't tough, you can't play.
Sure.
So we were tough.
Yeah.
We were tough. We ain't had no secrets. No, even when I coached in high school, everybody who scouted me would say, all they gonna do is line up in the eye and run right at you. All I did was lined up in the eye and ran right at
you. But you did throw the ball too. You did throw the ball too.
They go hand in hand. I run the throw.
Okay, setting it up.
I run the throw. What's better than play action?
Yeah.
What's better than play action? What you gotta do?
Let me ask you another one though, Coach.
What you gotta do to stop the run? You gotta bring another person in the box.
Coach, I seen some games when you started off with a bomb though, like straight it off, like
that was my MO to get you out the box first.
I
want you out the box first, and now I can run right at you, and We only
Was a
blocked
little bit of
7.
that. Was a little bit of that. You try and check their chin off the break, like you want to see what they like. Because if you catch the bomb, if you catch it as a touchdown, you got the players looking at each other like, hold up, and the coach looking like, no, he didn't. This is just out the first play of the game.
Yes, I did, because I did it every game. I did it every game. It wasn't this week I'm doing something different. That's what I did every game. They knew it was coming.
What organization? I remember when Lador came, when Lador, when they joined the league. However, before Lador, right? Let's back it up.
Mm-hmm.
What was y'all rival teams? What was y'all rival games? I know Lot Raven was one, because you used to hear about that for a whole week leading up to that game.
Woodlawn. Rosedale. That's about it. Wasn't nobody else, nothing else. No. Yeah. That was about it.
Now those games, since y'all knew each other, as far as coaching patterns, was there anything like, oh, we going at it, like a chess? You know, sometimes some games be a chess moves.
No. Listen, I never went and scouted anybody. I never went to see anybody else play.
Yeah.
I always felt like if I dotted my I's and crossed my T's, I don't care what the hell they do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. If you don't beat me by halftime, you can't beat me. You gotta beat me by halftime, else you can't beat me. And you can't beat me with 12 points. You can't beat me with 14 points.
You gotta put it up. Now at this time, what was the first? Did you take any of those teams down to Florida, or did y'all go and play any Virginia teams? And what I mean by that, are football state type teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
So like, what was different in those games, or did you prepare different, or did you let's talk about them.
Nope, didn't prepare different. I did my homework. We went to Winston-Salem, and we played a team that we knew were old. Mm-hmm. We knew they was older than we were. Mm-hmm. I didn't feed into it.
Okay.
We're gonna play football.
Okay.
All the Northwood teams went. Everybody got their ass whipped. Mm-hmm. Here come the final. Mm-hmm. We banged the shit out of them old. We banged them old guys. I think the score might have been 6-6. But we weren't supposed to compete at all because they were old.
Man, that's crazy. Now, what was your first year that you went down to Florida?
Florida,
I remember Channel 2 when y'all won the joint. I forget which year that y'all won it, but the Channel 2, y'all coming back, y'all getting off the plane, and they videotaping y'all. I felt like y'all was a rock star team at that time.
And that was 95, and we didn't win. We came in third. Mm-hmm. Flew because all the other times we didn't fly. That's when I learned how to travel.
Okay. What you mean by that? Talk to that. Talk to a upcoming coach about that. You learning how to travel. What you mean by that?
Because the first year we went, we flew, and we thought that was the way to go. But the airport was so much work. Everybody got a football bag and a suitcase, and all that was work. Okay. That was work. Then when you get to Florida, when you get off the plane, you got to get transportation to and from wherever you want to go. You got to get transportation. Yeah. So the next times we went, we took a bus down. Mm-hmm. The bus was our limo. The bus moved when I say move. So we ain't have to deal with all that jumping on vans and trying to find a transportation, but we took our own transportation, so that made it much, much easier.
Now, can you talk to the people about sometimes the funding and taking trips like that out of town, getting the kids out of town? Because I read in the paper, it was like Northwood basically like they was asking for donate some money. You know, they were doing that for like BNBLs and basketball and football. At that time, the difference between a city, and the counties, the different obstacles sometimes that we even face today in the city.
Back then, when I was traveling, we used to get money from the city to travel.
Mm-hmm.
The first trip we took to Florida was $45,000.
Okay.
All right. So here, this is how we did it. The worst case scenario was each kid had to pay $700.
Okay.
If as we got money, their prices went down.
Okay.
So by the time we got ready to travel on the 95 team, all those kids traveled for free because we got donations, we got money from the city.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that went. So the following years when we traveled, the worst case scenario was $1,000 a kid.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we got finished hustling, each kid had to pay $200 to go to Disney for a week.
And that's not bad at all. At all.
No.
Now, you had a lot of players, like I said, you had a lot of players that went on and played in the NFL. Now, I know a lot of I don't even want you to run off a bunch of names because I know you'll forget because the list is so long.
Yes, I ain't even gonna try.
But I'm gonna give you. Can you name 3 teams? Give me 3 of your top teams that you coach.
95,
mm-hmm.
98,
mm-hmm.
01,
mm-hmm.
and 02.
Okay. And what makes
02 and 01,
yeah.
02 and 01 were national champs back to back. 95 was the first team that won their way to Disney. See, in the past, a computer picked who went to Disney.
Oh, that's fine.
95 was the first year you won your way to Disney.
Okay.
But you messing me up with that question because it's
right. I know. I had to throw the curveball at you. I had to.
89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. All those teams were great teams.
Man, yes.
You just done got me in trouble with that.
No, what they gonna do? Because I already have a couple players. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to get this story by yourself down. But Coach, you got so much love out here. So many people want to get on just to talk to you, like how we doing now. I said, listen, I'm gonna ask them, but we gonna get this one done first, and then we'll move on. But your players to this day, they look up to you like a still to this day like a father figure. You know what I'm saying?
Because people on the outside looking in, watching me coach, they didn't like me because they just thought I was just so hard, and all I did was holler and scream. But they don't know me. Mm-hmm. Those kids you talking about, mm-hmm. They know me. Mm-hmm. They know me. They love me just like I love them. Mm-hmm. I feel safe no matter where I go in the city of Baltimore, in the state of Maryland. I'm cool. Mm-hmm. I'm cool because those same kids they seen me yelling at is the same kids that will hurt you if you try to hurt me.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
It's and there ain't no doubt with me. Yeah. I'm talking about even kids that didn't play for me, kids that played on the opposite side.
Yeah. This is what I said. You get at you, and I don't say this ever, and I ain't just saying this to blow smoke up your tail. You know what I'm saying? You got that aura with you. You know what I'm saying? You could tell, listen, God is everything, man. God is everything.
You ain't gotta tell me I'm here because God spared me.
You know what I'm saying? That aura that you have, You coming around. It just when I say king, you on a ramp on a Mount Rushmore of coaching and just like the other day, the effect that you have on people. Like I said, I never played for you a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? However, the respect that I have for you, and then the stories I continue to hear even up to this day. And you see how I paid attention to you as a young kid. You know what I mean? Like that's big to me. That's big to me. Like, and it's humbling. It's humbling for me right now to be even
Well,
right here interviewing you right now.
well, I think what made me good was this is my calling. This is what God gave me. I didn't learn this from a book. Nobody taught me this.
Mm-hmm.
I just do it. I just did it. I didn't know if I could do it, but I just did it. I wanted to do it, and that's what I did.
Man,
But it's some dark places in my coaching that used to beat me up, but I done got over that hurdle.
You have to keep going. You have to. You have to. And right now, it sounds like you're in a peaceful place. You're in a peaceful place right now, and you still coaching. Where that fire, that fire is still lit in you. Talk to me about that.
It's just God given. It's God given. I don't do this. God, this is God. This ain't me. This is God. Listen, I was living off of 2% lung capacity, and I was still coaching with an oxygen tank on my back. I was coaching sitting on a stool because I couldn't move up and down the sideline with an oxygen pack on my back.
That's God. That's definitely
God. 2
God.
new lungs. I got 2 new lungs.
And you look good. You look good.
And I feel good. I feel good. I was to the point where I couldn't even turn over in the bed without being out of breath.
Wow. Wow. So how long you been feeling like this? Tell the people how long you been feeling like this.
I was fighting a lung disease since 2010.
Mm-hmm.
I had never stopped coaching. Everybody was telling me, man, you better go ahead, man. I ain't gonna sit home and die. I ain't submit to that lung disease because I thought I just couldn't breathe. I didn't know I was sick. I didn't ever accept the fact that I was sick. I just couldn't breathe.
Okay.
I didn't find out how sick I was until they put me in a hospital.
Strong man.
I wasn't never sick. I just couldn't breathe.
Strong man. Now you see, as a kid, when you dropped out, came back, made sure that you was going to finish school. You know what I'm saying? That was kids. I want y'all to pay attention. That was a goal that you had as a young boy, as a man. The strength that the thing that you overcame, and then the big one for us, this your lungs, man. That's just strength and God. God is strength.
God, man, that ain't me. I just fought for him with him. I fought with him.
Now, listen. Before we get off of here, right? I want you to can you tell the people where you coaching at now, and if it's anything you have going on, or you want me to share, or you want to share with the people.
I'm right now. I'm coaching the semi-pro team, the Baltimore Saints.
Mm-hmm.
We 4-0 right now. We have about 70 players, 70 grown men. We average 40 or 50 in practice, every practice.
Ooh. Where y'all practice at?
Last night we practiced up Lake Clifton.
Okay.
So that's probably where we'll be from now on until they put us out.
I wonder what team, whatever team that's practicing up northern, y'all need.
That's the man, I forgot who that is. That might be the Phantom.
Well, the family, y'all need to go down Dunbar. Y'all need to go down Dunbar to these other programs. The players that ain't going to school. Y'all need some players up there, man. They were struggling real bad up there. So
No, we ain't struggling. We ain't struggling. I coached the men the same way I coached Little League, high school. I coached the men the same way.
how they respond to you?
Shit, you heard me say it, 70 of them. We average 50 of them in practice.
How many coaches you have?
It's about 6 of them.
Bro, 6.
But listen to this. Listen to this. None of them have titles. I don't have an offensive coordinator. I don't have a defensive coordinator. I don't have none of that.
So how y'all don't get confused? It's game time. So I know y'all just ain't out there just
you a
shouting
coach.
out playing.
Your title is coach. That's all your title is, coach.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the Baltimore Saints? How long you been with that organization?
We won the Nationals in 10.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been around since about 8. And I coached them since 8, off and on.
Okay.
And I got healthy, and now I'm back. Because when I wasn't 1,000%, I had to eliminate something.
Okay.
I couldn't do all that running around. But right now, I'm doing all I can do.
Look, I know you, and giving 110%. Now, what programs, what teams in that league is good? What's your rival teams in that league? If they are,
you know what? I don't know none of the teams. I don't know nothing about none of the teams in that league. I don't give a shit about them. I don't know nothing about them. I don't know. I go week by week. Wherever we go on that week, that's where I'm going. I don't look at no film. I don't look at none of that stuff.
Now you say y'all don't play at home this weekend, but the following weekend y'all play at home.
Next week we playing home.
And all right, can you let me know? Because I'm trying to come out and watch the game.
Yeah,
yeah. So just I want to let me know, and I'll let y'all know. The people that want to come to the game. So listen, I'm about to wrap this thing up.
No, I got one part I gotta get off my chest.
Go ahead.
I gotta get off. I've been coaching for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I fed Dunbar for a long time.
Talk about it.
I fed him for a long time. My alma mater, I love it to death.
Mm-hmm.
My alma mater would take everything I had. They would take my players. They would take my coaches.
Talk to him.
But they wouldn't take me.
Talk to him.
That used to bug me for a long time. And still to stay with that, all the years that Dunbar won, I felt like I was the reason why they won. Anytime you can start freshmen and sophomores, then I felt like you were on top. And Dunbar was. This goes back to, I've been feeding them since Bob Wade, Pete Pompey, Stan Mitchell.
Now, Coach Stan, and he won state championships he won 2 state championships.
Listen. The only players that I can think of that I didn't give them were Tavon, Jonathan. All the others, I think I gave them.
Facts. It ain't no think. It's not no think to it. This is a true statement that he's saying. This ain't no think. And your players gonna come out there and they gonna vouch for it. They gonna stamp it too. So it's not no think. That's a fact, y'all. That's a fact. That's in black and white. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no hearsay. It's a fact. I'm glad you shared that too.
It bugged me for a long time, and I always felt like I was Dunbar, but I was in the closet. I feel like it's time for me to come out the closet.
Talk to him.
I truly believe that deep down in my gut, because for years that made me sick.
And I understand that. If you think about it, that is what happened. It ain't no. That is what happened. Even, and I'm gonna tell y'all this: football games. Even when you used to come to the football games, you'll come and watch some of the Dunbar football games. You got a bunch of players, a bunch of parents, or just people that just want to be around Coach Hurb, because everybody know what Coach Hurb meant to that program. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, the city know, but just like he said, it's time for him to get recognized on a whole nother level with this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when there was teams getting jackets, he's supposed to get a jacket too. When the teams getting rings,
that's the way I feel.
Yeah, when the team's getting rings,
that's the way I feel.
He should have some rings too. You know what I'm saying? So we should honor that. So alumni, we listen. It's TED TV. We talking. We just ain't talking for nothing. So listen, we need to make that happen.
That's the way I feel. And not only Dunbar, Lake. I
Lake
kept him on the map.
Yeah.
It's kids that went to Lake that loved me more than anybody in this world.
Yeah. Rel wanted to come on here today. Rel say, did you interview him already? This was last night. Did you interview? I said, no, we're going to do it tomorrow morning. But he was like, man, is he going to come to the house? I said, no, we're going to do it off the Zoom. What time? I said, 11. He's like, I got work. I'm working. I texted him. I told him that we going through with it. So yeah, that's how I said, like, Coach, this ain't the last time you gonna come on to the program, because there's so many people want to get to you. And even this conversation that we having about, like I said, with the rings, the jackets, with just the recognition. Like, people don't get nobody their flowers when they gone. Get them flowers when they here, man.
And I'm still trying to figure out why I couldn't get a job. Everybody who I coached and everybody who I beat up on, they got jobs. And I'm sitting back trying to figure out, what is it about me that, and I'm just saying, maybe they classified me as a hustler or something because of the way I carried myself, because of the way I dressed. But between you and I, the hustlers knew I was a good guy and wouldn't let me hustle. They wouldn't give me nothing. You go on out there with our children and you keep them safe. The hustlers wouldn't give me nothing. I never was a hustler. I've been scared straight since scared straight. And whatever year that was, that's how long I've been scared straight.
Oh man. Coach, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. Like I said, thank you again for joining the platform. People, we coming live from TED TV 410. I said we gonna do it again. So I don't wanna weigh out my welcome with you, Coach. So
no, you all right with me. You all right with me.
So if we could do this, sometime next week, maybe you know what I'm saying? We could do this sometime next week, and we'll have a few more. We'll have them Lake Clifton guys that want to come on and talk to you. And yeah, we can do it that way.
All right, well, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, y'all. Y'all heard it here first. Thank you, Coach. Love you.
Love you more. Appreciate what you're doing and keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you.